Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode, another edition of Nightcap Knowledge. My name is George Chuck Patterson. We have an absolute all-star in the building tonight. He went from beats to business. He kept it all together. We're talking with Shayne Odum and his multifaceted career that he's been able to achieve in such a short time. Well, not really. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. So we'll get into all of that. We're going to talk WNBA. We're going to talk nightlife, entertainment. We're going to talk HBCU sports. We're going to talk community impact. It'll be a very fun conversation because we're all friends here. Welcome to another episode of Nightcap Knowledge. I was playing them air drums. I was playing them air drums, boy. I don't know what you were doing.
Good there. You were good. You doing good there, fella. You doing good.
I don't know what you were doing. I was playing my air drum. I ain't come to take no prisoners. I came to kill it.
There it is. I'm in the killing business, and business is good.
All right, Mr. Mac, how you doing today, man?
Man, hey, brother, if I was any better, I'd be DJ George Chuck.
Oh, come on with it, man. Come on with it. You better be goddamn good to be me.
Well, if I had your hands, I'd cut mine off. Cut them off. If I had your hands. That fella. Man, where is the groove, man? What's going on?
Look, I'm gonna go and jump the gun. I'm gonna tell you what the groove is. Them boys right there. Let me tell you something.
Hit squad, literally.
Hey, boy.
You put them hats on them.
Undefeated.
Oh.
All weekend undefeated. All weekend undefeated.
They going in.
I'm telling you, we playing again this weekend. We went 6 games undefeated. This is not our first win of the season, first tournament win of the season. So just for the record, for those of you out there that play travel ball or parents of travel ball, this ain't our first win. But I'm gonna tell you this: this was a World Series. You know, end of the year. Shayne, what I'm talking about. We're gonna get into it. He's a baseball guy. He's a true sports guy.
Yeah.
He knows it. But what I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna do this. Hold on. I'm gonna mute Mac. I'm going to highlight me. Watch this. This is the groove. Not only, let me say this. In true Prime fashion, because that's the name of our team, Prime. Just in case you didn't know, Gulfport 9U. Prime Baseball. We started our own organization, right? Great group of kids, absolutely fabulous group of parents. Now that I got that out of the way, I need to say this. Some teams, they go in and they say, we got our star pitcher, right? We got our two that can throw. Not us. Coach, shout out to Coach Marcus Whitfield. Shayne's frat brother. Very, very good guy. Coach say, everybody gonna throw. Everybody's gonna pitch. MacArthur Epps, I called your whole name. George McRae Patterson Jr. George McRae Patterson the third pitched, played outfield, played second base, and was of course behind the plate. So the mound behind the plate, in the outfield, and played a little second base. He was ready for second base because that's something that he's really been wanting to do. Everybody on the field, everybody in the dugout. Like my thing that I'd say to all the guys, I was like, dugout, we need you. I'm taking pictures. Like, I designed this for the boys. We got a little banner we hang up on the back of the dugout, telling y'all, look, this is an outstanding group of young people. Not only because they have great coaches, because they got great families that pour and support and speak positively over them, but also they don't hold no punches. So if they're doing wrong, their mother, their father, their grandmother, grandfather, their TTs, their unks, they're going to tell them, hey man, you need to straighten up. But they gave 100%. They did not talk themselves out of any win. So Mac, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we practice. Tuesday, Thursday, we went to see the Biloxi Shuckers play. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we played baseball, multiple games per day. Today, we practice. Tomorrow, we will practice. Thursday, we will practice. Saturday and Sunday, we will play baseball again. Monday, we're going to Orange Beach, Alabama. We're going to play in the Perfect Game World Series. And I'm going to tell anybody that's looking for me, if you're looking for me, you're not going to find me unless you come to the ball field. I am a baseball dad. Leave me alone. Unless you trying to add your little logo to the bottom of that right there, don't look for me. And with that being said, Mr. Mac, I think that's a great segue into what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about strategic partnerships. We're talking about sales. So before I get into this conversation with Shayne, Mr. Mac, what you got to say to respond? And also, we definitely got to do our mental health. I had to go first tonight.
We got to do our mental health minute. We got to do our mental health minute, brother. But it works about the mental health minute for today. It's perseverance, right? Perseverance. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep moving. But also, we got to highlight and celebrate one of our own 2024 high school graduate. Not only did you graduate, but you graduated with a 3.8. Yes, Jamie Epps racked up at class day with all type of rewards and cords, and she got up out of that thing. She is a proud 2024 graduate. So Chuck was out there on the baseball field this weekend, and we were getting one across the stage. And this weekend, as Chuck on the baseball field again, we'll be taking that trip to get ready for college. Yes, done with high school, on to college. 1 week, no off days.
No days off.
No off days.
Well,
no
let me say
days
this.
off, baby.
Let me say this. Congratulations to you, sir. Congratulations to the entire family on getting that young lady across the finish line of college and progressing in the true fashion of the Epps family and her entire family into higher ed.
Yep, we going. So we rolling, man. And what we talk about here, and you can just bring back out, Chuck.
Yeah.
We can talk about here. Chuck and I talked about this about several years ago. We talk about health and wealth. Health and wealth. That's what we talk about. If it's not family and way to progress family or something that's related to family, taking care of your community is your extended family. Taking care of your community, it helps improve your family because you have. But what about dynamic and about growth, right? So and about things that are going to continue to pour into our community and pour into others. And big shout out to her friend Gabby. Gabby hung out with us majority of the week.
Yeah.
And and because of Jamie, we met another young lady that we've been working and pouring into. Had a great time. Um, great time. And then families was together. The first time that the two grandmothers was together, my mama and her grandmother, Tia's mom was together. First time, and it just like, you know, you had a true village, right? And they talk
That's
about having
beautiful.
that village and the extended village. So listen, we talking about business, we talking about family, we talking about moving things forward. Because again, we don't have neither one of Chuck or I have our shirt on right now, but Mississippi Move and all the stuff that we do is all about moving Mississippi forward, all gas, no brakes,
That's right.
creating an elite sports team with accountability and responsibility. When you do well, we got your back. When you don't do well,
We
we
got
got
some
your back.
corrective measures for you.
Got your back again in a different way,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly right.
But
Exactly right.
but so man, we definitely want to be thankful for everybody that pour into children. Period. Because the news always talk about all the negative things that's happening. There's a lot. It's bad, but we have a lot of success stories and a lot of good things to share about children that are here in Mississippi, that are here in the South, in different areas. So
Yeah.
definitely want to highlight that and promote that. And then talk about the continued relationships of brotherhood and friendship as we bring out one of our brothers, one of our friends, one of the guys that have been holding it down for a long time. He has many names, but one of his names is he is the real Mac of Jackson, right? The real Mac of Jackson. That's by way of Memphis, the real Mac of Jackson, uh, DJ Shayne Odum.
There he is.
Look at it, look at it. Boy, is that a grand piano in your background? What
Hey,
they paying you well, son. They paying you well.
hey, man. Hey, I had to choose a quick virtual background
Yeah, look,
because
look.
I'm talking
Hey,
to you guys from a peculiar place. So I felt like this was the proper background for me. And I have to shout out my three cousins who have texted me while y'all was talking. They was like, "Hey man, you sure you on this podcast? We ain't seen you yet."
Now,
hey, tell
hold
them
on.
you coming.
Hold on, cousins. This ain't
Hey,
Shayne podcast. He's
hey,
he's a
look,
guest.
and in true
I,
yard boy fashion, we got some
yeah, no,
jacks.
I had to screenshot my laptop, and I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm in the waiting room. Just hold on a second."
Yeah, we have an intro here. Like this ain't just a like, all right, we just gonna get a dude on here. We're just gonna
Yeah,
talk to him. Like we're gonna do the groove and we're gonna do the mental health minute. And yeah,
yeah,
all
no,
right.
it's all
And we
love.
got
No,
look.
hey, family, I got family tuning in right now from
Well, tell
from
them drop
Memphis,
some in the comments.
from North Mississippi, from Jacktown. I got some people from Vegas tuning in. Obviously, Atlanta's tuning in. So just shouts out to everybody. Welcome to my family here.
Alan, I don't care about my intro being 10 minutes. He has a 5-minute segment, and so do I. And
Yeah,
Shayne gonna have 50 minutes.
yeah, and hey, listen, that's blood. That's blood right there. That's big bro. That's my big cousin Alan. Um, you know,
Hey, shout out to Alan though, for real.
I'm here. I'm
I can
in
see
a
the
lot of ways.
resemblance.
Yeah, that's my guy. But no, shouts out to everybody for tuning in. I look forward to the conversation. And Chuck, I'm following y'all lead. I'm here. I got my drink. I got a little something,
Hey,
something. I got a little sip.
we can't see it because it's the virtual background. But let me show you what I'm drinking from. Like a true baseball dad should. You don't see this. You look at this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Name another dad that's drinking out of a baseball. That's I'm just saying.
Yeah,
This is a double header bourbon right here. You heard that? You see that? You see what I did there? Double header bourbon.
I heard.
Okay.
Yeah,
now look. Let's bring Shayne over here to the highlight spot. So
sure.
Shayne Odum. I'm not gonna call your first name. I'm sure all of your cousins and everybody that's tuned in, they know your first name.
For sure.
Yeah, we know you as Shayne Odum.
For sure.
And this young man,
legendary.
Yeah, the legendary Shayne Odum.
Legendary.
Yeah, he earned every last bit of it too. Now we don't
Yes.
Look, I might we'll have that conversation later. We'll have that conversation later because there's a reunion that will be happening soon. It will be the Yard Boy reunion. But we might have to put legendary Yard Boy because name another crew that has had as much influence as we have.
I can't.
I don't think anybody else could. Name any other crews that have done some of the things that we've been able to do.
I can't.
I mean, look at that guy over there. Yeah, Kenosha's a Yard Boy original. If I ain't mistaken, he helped me design the logo. But all of that, throw that out the window. For now, sit it on the porch, let the sun shine, put some fertilizer on it, all of that. Shayne, you've been able to make your way from Memphis to Jackson to Las Cruces, Arkansas, some part of Arkansas. I can't remember the name of the city.
Jonesboro.
There you go, Jonesboro, to Vegas, and now Atlanta.
Yes.
How does a kid from Memphis do that?
So you follow a dream. I think my journey from Memphis, North Mississippi, East Arkansas, that entire area, the Mid-South where I was born and raised, whether I was playing ball, going to church, and just really living life as a child, in between those three states. You're fortunate enough to play. You talked about your son earlier playing travel ball. I definitely did that across all three states and even into Alabama, into Louisiana, into Georgia, making a name for myself, being able to get a scholarship to play ball and have an academic scholarship at Jackson State for my freshman year, not being able to handle what my life was really transitioning into, being Mr. Freshman at Jackson State, which a lot of people know, some may not, and understanding that God had a bigger calling than just playing sports for me, but I had a social presence that I wasn't really aware of. And so being able to tap into that led me into a different walk in life. And I still play ball in college. I spent some time at Belhaven, definitely played at Tougaloo as well. And when my playing days were up, family dynamics had changed significantly. And, I had to survive on my own in a sense. You have to talk with your parents and they're like, look, you need to be able to pay your own rent, pay your own bills, feed yourself. Luckily, I had that gentleman who chimed in earlier, Alan Odum, supporting me and always encouraging me. That's my big cousin, my brother. In a lot of ways, a lot of my experiences as a young teen and young adult, where I was his tag along, right? And so for all the big brothers and big cousins out there, Alan Odum was my tag along. Or I was his tag along rather in a lot of instances. And so I learned a lot from just hanging around Big Cuz. And even to this day, that's still our relationship. But that's
hold on. Let's give Big Cuz the horn. Shout out to Alan Odum. Shout out to Alan Odum. But keep going with that, man.
Yeah, because my mother, my dad is, hey man, he got to live life. But my mom was nervous about a lot of things that I wanted to get into. And if Alan was involved, if Alan was there, if Alan was picking me up or dropping me off,
green light.
It was green light. Yeah. So because in a lot of ways has been a part of my story since day one, without a doubt. Yeah.
Man, look, that's what's up, man. And none of us arrive in the place or space that we occupy without the help of family.
Yeah.
Also, we don't arrive there without the help of those friends that become family along the way.
Right.
So definitely want to shout out to all of the Odom family that is chiming in. We appreciate y'all for
you have to shout out the Odoms, you have to shout out the McClains, you have to shout out the McKays, which some of y'all might know, Antron McKay. That's also Alan's little cousin as well. That's how me and Antron are connected. So shouts out to the Village Kitchen. Like I said, that's that Allen it means a lot to me. His family means a lot to me, but that's my A1 right there for sure.
Man, look, I absolutely love it. Now we got to get Allen to alumni weekend. He got
He'll be there. He'll be there this year. He just relocated to the Jack, so Cuzzo will be there. His wife will be there. His wife will be there. Megs, or better known as Trill Wine Wife. Y'all look that up on Instagram. She's one of Mississippi's only black sommeliers. She's super huge in the wine industry. Huge social media presence. Y'all tap in with my family. She's good people.
Wait a minute. We got a black sommelier here, and this is your family, and we just not finding out about this at all the wine events and galas we've done.
I just got back to the South. I just got back to the South 3 months ago, brother.
You can't.
Right.
You can't.
We can't. It's all good.
Yeah, everybody, man, you know, kind of. Yeah. Today you got your whiskers, brother. Whiskers. Yeah. Hey, man, we definitely got to connect, man, because we've been doing a lot more events. You know, we do stuff with Tougaloo all the time. Big shout out to the Lou, baby, where Two Rivers cross. So we definitely need to talk about that because we need to highlight those things. I actually watched that show on Netflix where the son out of Memphis. Matter of fact, it was a son out of Memphis, and he didn't want to go into the barbecue business with his dad. He wanted to do into wine. So it's a good movie. Y'all should check that out. But yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah.
So Shayne, tell people, like, get them a journey. Like, when you left Tougaloo, first of all, you got to give them your DJ history because people don't understand. Like, not only do you DJ, you host, and Shayne does it all at one time. So get them a little bit about that. But then when you left Tougaloo, what was your journey? And because I want to highlight where you are now.
I think if we had to be true and transparent, the journey really started at Tougaloo. You know, I was fortunate enough to host a step show 2009 or 2010, one of those step shows. That's where I met Chuck, and I think I killed the step show. Like I had a script of my own, and I think Chuck was like, "Oh, you kind of know, hey," and I think Chuck was like, hey man, let me talk to you. I got a wedding reception. I don't know if you want to pull up, but you got a really nice style on the mic. And so I was like, sure, I'm not doing anything. And then that's where Chuck and I really kind of aligned ourselves. And I think Chuck has been a mentor for me since then. So I think Chuck and our relationship goes back to 2009 from that step show. Not step show. I don't even think it was a step show. It was really probate. It was really probate for Tougaloo, what it was actually. Yeah, it was probate. And so I think, Mac, that's where everything started. Now, yes, I probably DJ'd everything under the sun that was available for me at Tougaloo. You know, Chuck kind of guided my DJ process of learning how to DJ, and he kept me kind of hidden in the office practicing for about 10 months and then kind of unleashed me. He like, go and grow. And so from there,
that's how you need it, man. That's how you need it.
From there, got 2 internships at the same time with 97.7 and Fox 40, which is now Mississippi News now, I believe. Worked both of those, and radio is what stuck. Shouts out to Quasi Qua, Tambra Cherie, Karamu, DJ Unpredictable. They were instrumental in me segueing into radio. And so from there, you know, I still had to start from the bottom and kind of work my way up. And, you know, the DJ Shayne Odum, I think there was a time frame where I was doing midnight breakfasts. I was, hey Chuck, hey Mac, there's a need on the yard.
You need to do this.
People before me messed this energy up, and I'm here and I want to do something. Can we take it off campus? And I believe we did the first midnight breakfast at Club Rain.
Sounds about right.
You guys remember that? Club Rain. And it was the first time where I really realized the power that my influence had, right? That midnight breakfast, we had people from probably every HBCU in Mississippi. Alcorn was there. Jackson State was there. Valley was there. Shouts out to Hines, which I consider still a HBCU. It's just a community college, but we threw this huge crazy party, and it really, I'm not gonna say it put Tougaloo on the map, but I think it resurrected Tougaloo, and people we were a force to be reckoned with when it came to being a social vibe in the city of Jackson. And so I was able to be a part of that. Then you fast forward several years further, I'm DJing for Average Joe, Larry Leggett and the crew, my M-Bar days. I mean, wow, what a time to be alive. But somewhere within the mix, something was missing.
Woo-hoo.
Something was missing.
And what was that something, Shayne? What was that something?
It was sports, without a doubt.
It was sports.
It was my love, my passion for sports. I grew up in a family that always went to games together. We traveled together. We supported together. I remember going to my cousin Alan. I remember going to his high school basketball games, right? I remember going to other cousins' football games. I remember people coming to my basketball games, my baseball games. I remember my parents putting together a sports ministry at church and running that, facilitating that, financing that, finding sponsors for that. And so you look at where I'm at in my life today and you go, duh, it makes a ton of sense. I've been around these conversations. I've been around my parents' frustrations. I've been around my friends' frustrations when it comes to trying to do events. I remember sitting there with Karamu trying to figure out why he couldn't get freelance to do this, or why 97 wouldn't do this, or why we couldn't find money to do this, or why we couldn't get permits to do this in Jackson. And so, you know, I come from a history of not only struggle, but incremental progress. And so in a lot of ways, my story is about incremental progress. I've never been the first choice. Sometimes I've never even been the second choice, but I've always been the person that outworked, out hustled my way to the top. You know, one
best
thing
choice
that my cousin, me and my cousin joke about is like, bro, you compete like nobody else. You know what I mean? I might not be the fastest, the tallest, but when it comes down to getting in between them white lines and competing on the field, you're in trouble.
Ain't nobody gonna outwork me.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
You're not gonna outwork me.
You're not gonna outwork me. And so, you know, like I said, I'm fortunate enough to have made it through some of those rough times, not only growing up, but also in Jackson, right? I'm not from Jacktown, and Jacktown is a rough place to try to make a name for yourself. I was able to do so and then, you know, move forward in life.
Look, I'll say this. Let me chime in on this. Jackson is no respecter of celebrity. Jackson does not respect quote unquote clout unless they know you, and you have to be a trill Jew to be a Jewlebrity. And
no doubt.
I don't know any other way to characterize it, and to do so, especially coming from, I mean, you know, true, Shayne, you had, you know, a roundabout way of getting to that, but I really want to talk about how you're continuing to do that well, you did it in Vegas, right? Let's be clear about it. You did it in Vegas, you did it in Jonesboro, you did it in Mexico. You're in Atlanta now.
Yes.
New Mexico. I mean, you know, you're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, Atlanta is like Jackson on steroids.
Yeah.
So you're 4 months into this position, and I got some questions for you, and they're going to be some hard questions about WNBA, Caitlin Clark versus everybody and all of that. But how is Shayne Odum, Director of Partnership and Sales at the Atlanta Dream, carving his way out in Atlanta with this new position?
Yeah, it's networking. Networking is the key. Before we got on the podcast tonight, I called Chuck and said, "Hey, can you send me the link to my phone? Because I don't know if I'm gonna make it home." I can't say who I was meeting with at Draw Bar here in Atlanta, but I would say if you live in the South and you know of an event that happens around early July, I may or may not have been rubbing shoulders with a VP for that company earlier today.
Okay.
And so one of the beautiful things about Atlanta is
I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean,
it's genuine networking. Atlanta's known for scammers and things of that nature, yes, but if you tap in with the right crowd, there are
a lot of
legitimate
no, I'm not gonna
there's a
say that.
legit there's legitimate people who want to network and build with you
Right.
and help you out. And so whether that's with the emerging 100 black men in Atlanta who I've been told I need to network with, and I have various women
Is that different from 100 black men? Like,
it's
what's
the
emerging one?
younger apparently. So what I've been told is it's the younger. There's a younger version of that feeds into the 100 black men, and so
Okay.
yeah, no, I've rubbed shoulders with some of them, but more importantly, and I'll shout her out. Her name is Kelly Lee. She is our director of community impact, and she has went above and beyond to connect me with the right individuals here in Atlanta that can not only be beneficial for my relationship with them for the Atlanta dream, but also my relationship for me personally and my growth here in Atlanta. And so, I tell people a lot of times, man, I'm really not outside anymore. But when you see me
Yeah.
outside, I'm probably at an event, networking. I'm probably buying everything and making sure people have a good time.
Yeah.
Because my goal is to make sure that people have a great relationship with me, and that relationship transfers to the Atlanta dream.
Well, look, I'll say this. We are definitely proud of you.
Appreciate
And
that.
I've said this
Thank
in
you.
private. We're now saying it in public and putting it on the internet. So Mac, let's do this. Let's cheers to Shayne Odum, to more success, to more dreams being fulfilled, and
Yeah.
dreams being chased and dreams being realized. So look, now, Shayne, what does a director of partnership sales actually do?
Sure. I am tasked with leading all of our conversations, negotiations with major brands to develop and manifest uh, partnerships and sponsorships and community engagement programming. Right.
Okay.
So, from a professional sports standpoint, a lot of these sponsorship deals consist of some marketing assets and elements. You go to the games, you see the signage, you see the in-game promos. Tonight's half court shot is brought to you by boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I'm negotiating those. But at the same time, there's also some community impact and programming within those opportunities as well. That's huge within the professional sports realm because we have to not only be able to sell tickets in a market, we
Mm-hmm.
have to do more than just sell tickets. We have to be able to provide true impact and engagement for the communities that we're in, because chances are there was a stadium built where the organization
Naming
got
rights.
some tax benefits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to be in a place where you're giving back. So I'm looking for community partners who want to spend on both sides. You want to spend with the foundation, you want to spend on the marketing side, you want to spend within the community impact side. As the director, I'm leading a team that is aggressively attacking not only just Atlanta, but the state of Georgia, looking for
Okay.
opportunities. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a staff, and these folks are assisting you in achieving all of these goals that you kind of just outlined here.
Yeah.
The
What's funny, as a leader, I would say I'm really assisting them in a lot of ways.
I
Really
can agree.
feel you can agree. Yeah. In a lot of ways, I'm assisting them with hitting their goals. They hit their goals. I hit my goals. We all hit our goals together. And so, but yes, in a sense, yes, they are assisting me as I'm the director, but in the same way, brother, I am assisting them more often than
Yeah.
not. A lot of the meetings on my calendar are their meetings, and I'm jumping in 5-10 minutes late. And they're like, oh, here's my director, Shayne, and all of that stuff. And I jump in, hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And we go in from there. So
That's super dope, man. That is super dope. Now, I with us being in we're a real community organization on the ground, right?
yeah.
Mississippi Move.
Yeah.
and it bleeds over into the things that we do in entertainment, where we're showing up at blues shows and we might have a bar and things set up like that, or we're DJing in different places, and we got voter registration, and we're trying to move Mississippi forward. So what are some of the things that the Atlanta Dream cares about, and how are you all marrying these partnerships with the dream, and then in the community of Atlanta, and the things that they need?
Sure. So I could easily just go into what our community initiatives are, right? So you have equity for all, you have growing the game of basketball, and then you have empowering women through sports, right? And so anytime that we're putting together, you see how those talking points just roll off the tongue. It's crazy. But no.
Get a man at home.
Anytime that we are putting together community programming or an event or a fundraiser, whatever it may be, if it's outside of that marketing scope, it's going to touch one of those initiatives, if not more than one, right? And so working for the W, you do have to be strategic in making sure that you're aligning yourself.
Y'all do something like that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure just yet. I don't want to say this is what it is. I think, and overall, and I know we'll get into this here shortly, I would say a lot of where we are right now with the W, the fact that people are watching, we're just saying welcome to the W. We're not. Oh,
we've been this.
You're here. You're here because of Caitlin. You're here because of Angel. Who cares? You're here.
You're here now.
You're here. I don't care. Are you hating? If you're here because you're hating on somebody, you're here.
You're here.
You're a new fan. You're here. I don't care what your orientation is, what socioeconomic group you identify with. I don't care. You are here. And it's about keeping you here. Welcome, right? Welcome.
Like good Baptist folks say, welcome.
Yes. Yeah, man. Welcome to the W. For sure. But no, man. Anytime we're doing something that's outside of that marketing scope, it's going to fit within one of those three initiatives. And so that's kind of our target. We definitely want to be an impact player for people from all walks of life. Yeah. Definitely want to, empower women through sports. So we do clinics. Shouts out to one of our great partners, Microsoft and Xbox, where we're doing clinics that not only teach basketball, but at the same time, we're also teaching coding, computer programming, software building and things of that nature as well. And so, again, there's a targeted approach within those initiatives where we're finding equitable business partners in the community that also understand there's a need there, and we're going to put something in place with the Atlanta Dream to not only build awareness, because awareness is cool, but awareness does not necessarily mean impact. So you have to put something in place that actually is impacting the community.
Look, it sounds like some of the things that we said in our role as the director of community outreach and community engagement at the Health and Wellness Center might have sunk in, man, a little bit.
Yeah. No. Oh wow, I forgot that you had those jobs.
Well, look, you were one of my student leaders.
I know. This was it. I mean, when I was in college, we're not gonna go there.
Hey, fast forward.
Hey, I graduated with honors, number one. All right. Some of my other activities, they were what they were. But no, for sure. There's definitely some alignment.
On camera right quick.
There's an alignment with the people that I interacted with. When you look at the individuals that I really stuck with, it makes sense where I am today in my life, for sure.
Man, look. So we talked about community impact and the things that the Atlanta Dream has, in terms of what they want to do, what they do day to day, right?
Yeah.
And Karamu, we are not going to talk about these other activities. That might be for Nightcap after 11 midnight. Yeah. You remember Twitter Tuesday and Twitter Tuesday after dark? We might have to do that then. We can't do that now.
All I can say is Karamu and myself, free lines on Thursdays, free lines on Saturdays. Not to mention Karamu and I just did a Super Bowl weekend out in Vegas. 49ers didn't win, but I will say bang, bang, 49er gang was in the city.
Well, you guys know I don't care about any of that. Shout out to all three of you for being, fans of the 49ers. But yeah. Moving right along. Look, I wanted to spend a little time with you to talk about. So here's an idea, and this might guide our conversation forward just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about some of the activities that the Dream does, where you're saying, all right, we got a basketball camp. We want to, build affinity for basketball.
Yeah.
But then you said there are opportunities also where, you're doing the coding and the partners that you have with Microsoft and some of the other folks. What does it look like for some of these types of activities? Because Mississippi ain't Georgia, right? But a lot of Mississippi folk spend a lot of time in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that far. All right. And here's my point. Tougaloo recently received a grant from the Atlanta Braves, with the Braves including, this particular geographic area in their base, right? What does it look like? And I know this is me just shooting my shot for Mississippi. Sure. No pressure or anything. But I mean, what does it look like for Jackson, for Gulfport, for Hattiesburg, and some of the
Hattiesburg.
Look, what does it look like for?
That's how I know Mississippi, because they don't say Hattiesburg. They say Hattiesburg.
They do not say Hattiesburg. Yeah, the Hattiesburg. Until they go on WXXV, they're going to say it. And WDAM. What are the other?
Hattiesburg.
Yeah, Hattiesburg. Yeah. So look, what does it look like for the Atlanta Dream to start making some investments and bringing some of their partners to the hospitality state, the Magnolia State, Mississippi? Because I do believe that there's a strong enough connection where a lot of us will make that, especially with you being there, Shayne. Because immediately I was like, baby, we got to get us some tickets.
Yeah.
Shayne is over partnership and sales. Yeah. We got to go see the Dream. Look, we can stay at my brother's house. We can all go to the game. We got to get some tickets. That's immediately what I said.
Yeah.
So what is that pipeline from Mississippi to Atlanta to Gulfport, Jackson, all of the places in between? Yeah. What does it look like for us in the Atlanta Dream?
So I'll answer it from two perspectives. I'll be extremely personal, and then I'll answer from like the overall Atlanta Dream, the organization. I would say personally,
get
me in contact with Nissan, get me in contact with Xfinity, get me in contact with what's the cell phone brand that's huge in Mississippi?
C-Spire.
Amazon on his way. Amazon.
Yeah, get me in contact with them and let's work it out, figure it out. Okay. That's my personal answer.
Enough said.
From the Atlanta Dream perspective, I think it's about really understanding and measuring what is the audience, okay, in Mississippi, and what's the reality of them truly coming over to a game. How can we measure that? How can we forecast that? How can we set up an opportunity to where individuals from Mississippi have a place to stay and a pipeline to get to the game, maybe set up somewhere for them to eat, and then put it all as one big package, and then figure out what game we can set that up for. Here's the thing. We are not the team that needs help for attendance anymore. Okay. And so that's some of the discussion that I run into here and there in the city where they're like, oh yeah, we really want to help you guys out.
We don't need that.
Whoa. Hey,
Look,
hey, sir.
Atlanta Dream popping.
Hey, sir. Hey, ma'am. I actually, if you don't tell me that you can come to the game by tomorrow, I probably won't have room on my hospitality list for you. And that's just the reality of where we are right now.
Right.
But is there
Dream popping, bro?
Yeah, we are, and we're extremely fortunate. But I would say this to answer your question fully and to move forward in the conversation. There's room for discussion for that for 2025 for sure. And it's about having the conversation now, figuring out what corporate partners and community partners want to be involved with that conversation. There you go, right there. I mean,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
and look, Shayne. I know you being very political. I'm gonna say what you can't say. They ain't hurting for y'all. Look, if you look, I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. And listen, let me say this. We find a community partner. We find a community partner. We find a business partner who wants to really get behind building a program that gets people from Mississippi to Atlanta. I think we really can make that happen. Okay. What you just said though, let me tell people this. When you come to an Atlanta Dream game,
it's an experience.
It is an entertainment experience. Okay. It is like putting a basketball game in the middle of Essence Festival weekend. Okay. Mm-hmm. You're gonna hear from a just music in the arena standpoint. You're gonna hear everything from Frankie Beverly and Maze to Kirk Franklin to Outkast to Shawty Low to Jeezy to Lotto to Sexy Red.
Come on.
Sounds
like a great playlist.
Our first game, listen, one of our first games of the season, we had Trillville performing at halftime.
Oh, that's dope.
The first song. No. That wasn't the first song they performed. It was What It Is, yo. Oh, what's up?
I thought it was gonna be Get On My Level.
No, Get On My Level was the last song.
That was last song. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
And what's so unique? What was my damn? I'm really in Atlanta moment. Was I'm seeing grown men and women with full gray beards, gray in the hair. You can never ever going crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm really in the A, bro. Like,
hey, I'll reinforce this. I'll reinforce this.
60 singing that song. I'm like, wow, I'm really in Atlanta.
Watch this, Shayne. That's on our ballpark playlist. Look, I keep bringing them up.
Boom.
These little fellas right here.
Hey man, what's so crazy about that?
Look,
I was one of those kids 20 years ago. Not even 20, 25 years ago. I was one of those kids, man. Like probably ages 8 through 14, traveling baseball. I was either on the all black team or I was either the only black kid or I was with all black kids. And interesting playlists depending on where I was playing.
You might get Trace Atkins and Trillville all at the same.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. But Atlanta Dream, our experience is like none other. Obviously, a lot of celebrities pull up. Shouts out to the ones we've had so far, whether it's 2 Chainz, Mama Chainz. You come to a Dreams game, you'll probably see Mama Chainz for sure.
Yeah.
Several NBA players, Lou Will. We've had Ocho Cinco made the big shout out that was huge. What's my Funny Marco?
Okay.
Has been to a couple of games. Yeah, no, we do a really good job, man. Atlanta really rocks with the Atlanta Dream. We're extremely fortunate for sure.
Well, look, man, we definitely plan on making the trek to Atlanta. So we've been invited to a couple of places to play.
Yeah.
I'm talking, the youth baseball. So
Yeah.
we not scared of nobody. So we coming to play. And shout out to Jackson State University. I love that we came to play. We came to play, buddy. I'm gonna tell you just straight like that. We
I know
not scared of nobody.
Karama's
Yeah.
gonna be in the comments soon after that. I already know.
He better. Look, invite Prime Baseball somewhere. We come to play.
So the real truth, the
We
real
go to work,
question now, the real question now, Shayne, with you being a DJ, and now that you're in Atlanta,
Yeah.
gotta poke the bear, Chuck. Gotta poke the bear. Cause we talk about some of the Mississippi, Jacktown Jews celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Which version of the song are you playing?
Of which song?
Recent
Oh.
Big.
Ooh.
Oh, Bone Crusher.
Ooh.
Chuck, where you go? Chuck, come back. Come back, Chuck.
Ooh.
All right, I'm down. Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, listen, I think I'm a huge fan of being authentic. So I would love to keep it authentic with Recent Big, for
it's
sure.
Atlanta though.
It is Atlanta. It is Atlanta. It is Atlanta.
You come home, you playing Recent Bigelow. You in Atlanta, you got to play the Bone Crusher.
Yeah, and here's the reality of it, man. I think if you're in Mississippi, maybe stepping into Louisiana, you play Reese and Big. Everywhere else, you're playing Bone Crusher.
Just keeping it in the buck.
Yeah, keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
Keeping it a buck.
Yeah,
for real.
Yep. I ain't even gonna get in on that one. Now, one of the questions that I have.
Yeah.
How are you incorporating your entertainment stuff? Because director, that's a full-time job. Because Mac asked about like the DJing and things like that.
Yeah.
And of course, I know that you've probably had some inquiries from folks to say, hey, we would love for you. Hey, we've seen what you've done in Vegas. We would love to do some of those things here in Atlanta. Because straight flights from Atlanta to Vegas, right? We want to get some of them folk out here. How are you able to balance that? And then also, if you have anything in place, can you talk about it now? See what I did there?
There is no balance, like you said, as a director, and I'll even speak this into existence as a director, future VP.
Hello.
This role, this opportunity, it does dominate your energy. It takes a lot of focus to be able to have these conversations, to lead a team as well,
Right.
to make sure that everybody has what they need. Here's something we can touch on as well. As a man, to lead a team full of women in the world that we work in today, the amount of evolution that I had to go through within a month's time as well. I've not really stepped into the nightlife space. There are some things that I am planning. I would say look at what the WNBA All-Star Weekend could look like and where it's located. I would say look at homecoming in the fall and what I'm doing and where I'm at certain schools. There will be opportunities for that side of my life that will flourish at certain points. But for right now, everything is all Atlanta Dream focused for sure.
I'm with it, man.
But definitely, again, I'll say that again. Look at WNBA All-Star Weekend, where it's at, and stay tuned. Yeah.
All right.
So,
and of course, I'll do what I'm known to do.
Okay.
You just let me know how we can support you, brother.
We'll do.
You let us know what we can do to support you. Now, as we're coming up, we're about 55, 56 minutes in.
Yeah.
Shayne, what would you say to the person who might be you right now, that's at an HBCU,
Okay.
or that they might be at U of Memphis, right? You're also alma mater there. What would you say to that person, that young person that is struggling to maybe find their direction, that might be interested in sports, and kind of like on the fence about truly moving in that direction, or they may have even kind of stepped away from sports and saying, like, I can't do that right now, but I still love the game. What would you say to them?
No, I would say you have to do your research and figure out what's important to you, and what kind of lifestyle do you really want. Sports is demanding. I want anybody that's watching, outside of, and especially if you're coaching. Like, let's not even talk about coaching, because that is a completely different.
Woo!
It takes a different mentality to commit to coaching. Whether you're coaching a little league team, which is probably for free, and you're just giving time.
Yeah,
But if you're getting into the coaching profession, that's a completely different animal. There's politics involved. There's coaching trees, where you get in and who's leading you as an assistant and as a head coach. That matters. The coaching
yeah,
trees, that's a completely different like system there. But if we're talking about the business side of sports, we're talking about marketing, we're talking about fan engagement, we're talking about operations,
yeah.
ticket sales, corporate partnerships. Um, you really have to put yourself in a position where you can get exposed to everything and figure
Hmm.
out what you actually want to do. One of the things about the sports industry, a lot of the minutia of how things work, how things move forward, how do you get
Yeah,
opportunity, that's kept from the HBCU culture. Like,
yeah,
that it was built within the college ranks and then it ascended into what professional sports is now. If I'm at a HBCU right now, I'm looking out for what happened last week here in Atlanta, the National Black Sports Symposium. That's a huge networking opportunity for HBCUs, for Black sports
and say that
professionals.
again one more time. The
It's the
national.
National Black Sports Symposium.
Okay,
Okay,
just
so
for the
it's a
record.
place for Black sports professionals to meet, to network, to discuss a variety of topics in the sports industry. It's not just sports teams that are there, it's also brands, sports related brands,
Hmm.
apparel companies, um, nutrition companies, your Gatorades, your vitamin waters, all of they're at this symposium trying to find, new tips, new employees, new opportunities to grow their business operation. So that's a great place to network. Also, this is something that's big.
What's that?
Everybody wants to go to Super Bowl, Final Four, All-Star weekends to hang out and have fun. I would tell
Uh-huh.
everybody here on this call, that is when the majority of the sports world is getting together and networking. You might be
Hmm.
going to the game. People in the sports industry, we're going to happy hour. We're going to brunches. We're going to seminars and symposiums at those events to meet people, to network, and do a variety of things. The opportunity with the Atlanta Dream came my way during Super Bowl week in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks about the Super Bowl. They're like, okay, yeah, Super Bowl week. Super Bowl week is really 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Super Bowl week is really 2 weeks. Okay,
Really?
there's 2 weeks of events that happen during Super Bowl week. There's, again, and look up this group. Look up Black Sports Professionals, BSP, on LinkedIn. There's a network of Black sports professionals all around the country that are constantly networking, and trying to build up each other. I got messages today. I could just go to it right now on my phone. Just in corporate partnerships alone, right now, 37 messages that I've missed There's a couple of marketing agencies looking to hire. The Orlando Magic are looking for corporate partnerships folks. The Philadelphia Flyers, it's a hockey team. They're looking for a director of corporate partnerships and a coordinator, right? You probably won't even see these jobs being posted if you're not connected with the source, right? If you're not connected with some of these organizations that I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, if I'm at a HBCU right now, I'm figuring out how to get in contact with me, who I am today, right?
Yeah.
How can you reach out to me? Hit me up on LinkedIn, hit me up on Instagram, and just say, hey, I'm looking to get involved. I'm looking to get active in sports in particular. And I'll just walk you through the process. Like, you're going to have to do some stuff for free. You're going to have to drive to your local minor league ballpark and meet up with the salesperson and say, hey, I want to shadow you for a day. I want to get my name in the mix. So when you have an internship next year, you already know that I can get the job done. You already know me.
There you go.
You turn it, and here's the reality, man. Get in as early as you can. Get in as early as you can. I'm a hybrid. I was a 25, 26-year-old intern trying to outwork 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. And I did it. That's just me. I'm different. But I did it because I knew where I wanted my life to be and the lifestyle that I wanted to live within sports. But if I had knew what I wanted to do with my life earlier, I would have been here 5 years ago. That wasn't my path. But if you know you want to work in the sports, I would say get into it as early as possible. Listen, ticket sales is the easiest way to get in.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling everybody this right now. Ticket sales are the easiest way to get in. If you're willing to sit in an office and pick that phone up and talk to people all day, every day about the 4-game pack, the half season pack, the season tickets, then you move up. You wanna sell the courtside suites. You want to sell the premium the premium luxury boxes and all of that.
The skybox.
Hey, listen. First of all, you're gonna make commission, and you're gonna move up because you can talk to people, you can network with people, you can get people to spend money, whether they are a local teacher in the market or they're a president of some company that makes millions, and you can get them to spend money.
Oh, look at what Nota's saying. He said he found out that too. He got a sports group. Didn't even know. Had no clue. I mean, he is in Dallas. Award-winning graphic designer right there. Award-winning graphic designer.
Dallas is a phenomenal sports market as well. I would also say from my entrepreneurs out there, there are a ton of brands looking to activate and get involved in sports marketing on site at events. So we're talking about experiential marketing and field marketing, right? If you're a company that can connect with brands and tell them, hey, I can be your forward-facing company that represents you on game day, there's space for that. There's room for that. You have to know how to have the conversation. You have to know how to deal and network with directors of marketing for major brands and be able to tell them, hey, you spend money with me, I'll take your product and be on the concourse at this game, that game. Then you take it a step further. I'll negotiate the deal with the team to where you don't even have to deal with them. Now you have a marketing agency. Now you have a media agency. Now you have a PR firm that is dealing with, if you're in Mississippi, you're dealing with Xfinity. You're dealing with, I don't know, is Bank Plus still a thing in the SIP?
Yes.
Companies like that who I know, deal with the Mannings and things of that nature. But there's a lot of ways to get active in sports. You don't necessarily have to work with the sports team for sure. You just have to be able to find a niche, solve a problem, and you'll be of value to any sports entity or any brand who sees sports as a way to deliver a message or push branding and things of that nature.
All right, that was our money shot right there.
We got more. I got a few things loaded in the clip, so look. I'm just answering questions.
So you talked about what you would say to the HBCU student.
Can Can I say something about the HBCU situation though?
Yeah, come on. What you got?
You know, I HBCU grad. I can. Hey, Maria. Definitely, let's tap in. Reach out to me. Let's have that conversation for real, Maria.
So for the record, Maria
I
is the
would love.
homies.
I would
Like,
love.
yeah,
She's the homie. I would love to see
she's the
you.
homie.
Yeah, no, I would love to see you being involved with the brand and helping them be able to deliver. Again, we're talking about messaging. Everybody right now, one of the biggest things that's going on in the industry right now is sustainability. Look that term up, right? What is sustainability?
So
What does
you're
it
talking about
mean?
eco sustainability, like environmental, or what are you saying? Like business sustainability?
Let me say this, Chuck. In my role, I'm talking about it all because depending upon who I'm talking to, sustainability is different
Make
for a
some of my
bank.
mustache, right?
Yeah, for a financial partner, sustainability means one thing.
Right.
For Chipotle, they're saying, "Hey, we're carbon this. We make our
Carbon neutral.
packaging out of we're carbon neutral. We make our packaging out of
Right.
this." Bank can't give you that, but a bank will show you. Here's how we are being active in sustainability. We have community
Gotcha.
programming that's helping people learn how to save on energy or do this. For Maria, look up sustainability, find some community partners that are doing work. She said, I just wrote emails for a client. Right.
Maria.
Sustainability is a huge thing right now. Please,
Maria.
please. Yeah. But no, back to the HBCU thing. I've been frustrated as a professional with HBCUs
Oh
because
shit, here we go. Let's go.
I myself, and I love HBCUs, right? But for who I've grown into, and my cousin
Good.
Alan knows this, I've applied for 13 HBCU jobs throughout my career. And
You say how many?
13.
13. Okay.
13 HBCU jobs. I've not gotten one interview.
But we're talking to the Shayne Odum
Yeah.
that received hiring letters at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yes.
What's the name of the big ball in Vegas?
So the MSG Sphere. So
yeah.
When I worked in college sports, it was with a company called Learfield. It's a huge sports marketing firm within college athletics. They have contracts with just about everybody for ticket sales, apparel and merch, corporate partnerships, and they're moving into the NIL space. But
so you telling me
with Learfield, I worked at the University of Memphis, Arkansas State, New Mexico State, UNLV. You got the MSG Sphere. You also have. I was the general manager of Friends of UNILV.
That's 6
NIL space. So yeah, 6 different entities. Graduated from an HBCU, and I can even let's not make this a thing, but I'll even say the schools. And this was a long time ago. I haven't applied for a job at an HBCU in a while. But if we're talking about like 2014 through 2019, I would say Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Texas Southern, Valley, Jackson State.
I'm going to agree with Alan
and Tennessee State Okay, so I would say those 6 schools. I went out of my way to really I'm calling people because I know some people at those schools. I know why Alan is saying that because I called Alan for him to call one of his friends at Alabama State, he's an athletic director somewhere else. But obviously coming from an HBCU, I really wanted to oh man, I could be an athletic director. I could do this. I could do that. And I'm still here. And I'm still here for that. Who's to say where my story ends for sure or goes anyway? But I do find it ironic that somebody who graduated from an HBCU couldn't
get on at an HBCU. So
you want to know something, Chuck? It's not even about getting on. I think
you couldn't even get in the door.
I couldn't even get an interview.
And I'm pretty sure that you had a well-written cover letter and a well-constructed resume. I know that you are definitely.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen. Here's the reality of it, bro. Like, I had to go to New Mexico to get a real chance. I had to go to New Mexico to really get a chance and prove myself. And the reality is, hey, I did. Right? Like,
And you
I
did
was,
the damn thing.
I did the damn thing. Achieved sales goals, won sales awards, sales contests. Between Albuquerque and El Paso, I was on the road every other weekend in one of those cities. You know, networking, politicking, building opportunities for myself. I mean, I still remember some of those deals I created. There was like, I had 3 different credit unions. I had the marketing agency for the Highway and Safety Patrol office in the state of New Mexico. They were spending 6 figures with me. Like, I'm in Albuquerque, not knowing anybody, not looking like anybody.
Definitely not looking like anybody.
Not looking like anybody. Look, except for the players on court at the basketball game. You know, essentially just figuring it out, man. Just having conversations with people, and then also being sharp, knowing, and I don't even mind cursing right now, but knowing my shit, knowing the product, knowing the value of the product, knowing why it made sense for them, and then being able to deliver the messages in the right way. And I would tell anybody, my biggest skill set, my best skill set right now is knowing how to listen, right? I go into conversations. A lot of people out there, they want to do like, oh, we got to get prepared. We got to prep. We got to prep. We got to prep. We got to prep. When you prep that much, you get into the conversation and you're anticipating what the person is going to say. You're not leaving room for who you're connecting with to tell you what's really going on. It's like meeting with a doctor and telling them what's going on in the medical field. Like, no. Like, okay, look up the LinkedIn profile, but that's about it. See where they went to school. See if there's some natural alignment with where you're from, or maybe you know somebody that went to school with them. But at the end of the day, we're connecting for you to learn about them. So you need to go in and say, hey, I appreciate the time today. I'm here to just learn. So tell me about this. Or, hey, I was on your LinkedIn profile. I seen you travel to Europe. Tell me about this. How was that experience? Get to know them. Get to know how they make decisions. Get to know how they measure success, right? If you're building an opportunity for somebody and you don't even know what success looks like, what you're building, what you're pitching down the line might not yield results that they can even understand and interpret, right? So
you might not even get to down the line.
You might not because you over prepared and you're telling them about their business in a conversation. Like, no, I listen. I let people come to me. I let them express to me what they want, what they need, what they're looking for, what they're interested in. And then I go back to the drawing board and put something together that makes sense based on what I learned, what I discovered from the conversation, not from what an article told me.
Yeah. Man, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So now here's one of the questions that I have. And it's kind of a follow-up.
Yeah.
Why is it that HBCU athletics, let me say it like this. Why is it that we don't see this, or is this being employed in HBCU athletics? The system that you described, the way that you went about building those relationships to be able to listen to your potential partners. Why? I'll localize it a bit more. Why aren't we doing that at Tougaloo?
Listen, I have respect for every. Let me throw out the political thing. Then let's get into it. I have respect for anybody that's attempted to lead and be a leader in any athletic administration. At the same time, I know for a fact that HBCU athletics have struggled to grow and prosper consistently. Understand what I'm saying? There have been times
consistently
where it's been high, but to have
Right.
consistent growth, one of the biggest issues is we've had the wrong people in place in leadership. 100%. Right. I think, and to be fully transparent, it's been with the PWIs as well. I think the nature
Okay.
of what an athletic director is today versus what an athletic director was 20 years ago and even 40 years ago. We're talking about getting into the 80s. It's totally different now, right? You don't need somebody who was a coach and all they know is coaching and
Yeah.
dealing with players and how to make sure that they meet a certain GPA requirement, things of that nature. That person is no longer equipped to lead an athletic department.
Not in the age of NIL.
Not hell to the no, right? No, you need somebody who's a proactive thinker. You need somebody who can execute for sure. You need somebody who understands the local, the state, and regional business culture as well. You have to look at I don't want to bring certain connotations into the conversation, but you have to look at the athletic department and the student athletes as commodities, because at this point in today's world, they're looking at themselves as commodities and entities, right? And so you have to have
personal brand as an entity. Yes.
Yeah, you have to have business-minded people leading athletic departments in today's world, hands down. Hands down. And the unfortunate thing is, I think that universities and colleges are understanding that now, but they needed people in place 10 years ago. So before we talk about Tougaloo, let's talk about Jackson State. Let's talk about Ashley, right?
Yeah.
Ever since
That's
Ashley,
your frat brother.
It's my frat. Yeah. It's my frat brother. Everything. Yeah. When Ashley got in place at Jackson State, you saw an instant impact, even before Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime. Even before that came into
shout out to Prime Baseball.
And shout out to Prime Baseball. But there was a culture that was budding and trending up.
Yeah, very much so.
All things regarding Jackson State. Because they got somebody in there who wasn't necessarily. I'm not saying he was not focused on student athletes going to class and making sure the GPA and the APR was where it needed to be to keep the funding coming in from the state. That's a whole nother conversation. But that brother has put Jackson State in a position to be able to thrive regardless of win and loss record. And that's pivotal. Regardless of that.
You mobilize your fan base, you mobilize your alumni base, you mobilize the community surrounding Jackson State so that when your director of partnership and sales goes out, they got something to work with. But they can say, "Hey, look, I'm looking to listen to you."
Yes.
So that we can figure out how we can help each other win.
Yeah, no, there's not a company in or around Jackson that's not going to take a meeting with Jackson State right now. They're putting 40, 50,000, if not more, people at the vet every Saturday, let alone what's in the parking lot that don't even walk into the game, right? So when you talk about that, when you talk about, oh, we're rolling out new plans, new phones. Okay, well, we got we JSU, we have the crowd that you can deliver that messaging to.
Right.
We have the crowd that, oh, you rolling out a new this, you rolling out a new that. Oh, you got a new Mercedes-Benz line. You don't need TV.
What's your target demographic? Oh, okay, all right.
We got that.
You want to have signage and a table at this gate.
Yes. Yeah, and so I even commend Jackson State. Like one of the coolest things I think I saw was they have like field boxes now. Duh, why didn't you have that 20 years ago? But it's smart, right? Because now you've created real estate at the football game, right? Now everybody wants those seats. Everybody wants to sit in the end zone loft. Everybody wants to sit in the field zone, side. And so you want to be there. Like those are small things when you look at the end of the year. Oh wait, we had 4 field boxes that sold at $2,500 per game for 6 games a year. You do the math. At the end of the season, that's an additional boom. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same set of grass that we had 40 years ago.
That was sitting idle. Yeah.
Same set of grass.
Yeah. So that's why I say when you put business-minded people in place, opportunities like that come to fruition. And so that's one of the major things that I think has held back. I want to speak positively here. Has held back HBCUs from growing to where they need to be. And then look, here's the reality: as an alum, and this is me too, as an alumni base, we have to be more strategic with how we support. You know what I mean? Listen, these PWIs, they pay for parking, they buy season tickets. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They buy season tickets. What that does is that enables the athletic department to be able to forecast what they can spend, what they can do, because they know this money is coming in. Right. So when it comes to merch, this is no offense to every vendor that pays for licensing to be able to produce merch. But PWIs, a lot of their alumni, they're buying merch from the source. So again, this is nothing against my entrepreneurs who do their thing as well. But when you buy from the source
of that athletic department,
when you buy from the athletic department,
yes,
all of those proceeds go to the athletic department.
Yeah.
When you're, so those are just subtle differences. But believe me or not, that $5 when you buy at Walmart and the $5 that goes back to the athletic department, imagine if you spent. What if you spent all $30 with the athletics department?
There you go.
Now
I've got some things to bring into the conversation. It's not necessarily a question, but I definitely I invite you to offer your opinion.
Sure.
Mac had to step out for a minute. So I'm trying to. I ain't gonna step. I'm stepping on toes. Okay.
Step on them. Step.
Let me go.
Hello, motherfucker.
All right. I gave myself the preface. All right, y'all know somebody come now.
Okay.
Here's something that I find fault in. We've been producers of the culture. Yes. Everything that moves around the world originates in our community.
Sure.
It seems as if HBCUs have not been able to figure out how to properly, and I don't want to say monetize in the terms of like pimp the culture, but how do we leverage the thing that is being produced within our gates, on our campuses? How do we leverage those things so that we can then go to a potential partner and say, look, this is going to be the next thing? Or how do we position ourselves to say, all right, we're going to do this now, and not necessarily say, all right, y'all can't do this here. Like, we're just going to play basketball here. We're just going to play baseball here. We're going to play football here. But the next thing you know, the thing that somebody was trying to get you to do on your campus, in your gymnasium, in your stadium, is being done somewhere else by that same person, right? I'm trying to figure out exactly, and we bring Mac back in. I'm trying to figure out exactly why is it that we're so adverse to like the culture that we're able to produce, and then we find ourselves mad or pissed off that we seen Swag Surf show up somewhere else.
I mean, the most obvious answer is we don't really understand the value of our product.
Okay.
Right. And we really don't understand the value of our product. I mean, there is something that always works against our product where, a lot of times we do lose our best athletes to the PWIs, right? And again, trying to compete from a money standpoint, we're not there yet. What I can say is from a corporate partner and community partner standpoint, we do have to figure out what companies, what entities do care about the Black community, and how can we as an HBCU culture partner, align with them and figure out how we can get started, right? A lot of times you have to be willing to just get started. So I can talk about brands like Shea Moisture, Mael Organics, Shea Moisture, the company. Shea Moisture makes a variety of personal care products. Mael makes a variety of natural hair care products. Actively Black is a active wear, a Black-owned active wear company that's doing really well in that space. It's about finding companies, brands who have a connection to the HBCU culture, who understands why it's special. And maybe instead of trying to do a brand deal or finding a partnership with Ford or Mercedes or somebody who they might see the culture but not understand the value, it's about finding a Mael Organics who, quite frankly, they make a product that's catered towards Black women, and saying, okay, well, why not figure out how we can do a deal with the SWAC, or we could do a deal with the MEAC, where you're empowering women's sports for all of the schools within this athletic conference, where all the schools are HBCUs. Then I think you start to build a pipeline of opportunity. You look at what Hope Credit Union has been doing with some of the homecomings between Jackson State, some of the like your Magic City Classic and things of that nature. I think Hope Credit Union, shouts out to LJ. I'm sorry, Charles Molden, real name Shawty, but we call him LJ. Shouts out to LJ for leading those initiatives. Also, Scarlett Fowler, Salim, some of our Tougaloo people that have been involved with at least seeing a need within our HBCU culture, seeing where, okay, here's a financial partner who's looking to empower Black wealth by, offering a variety of financial opportunities and benefits to the Black community. How can we get in contact with these people?
Right.
Where do Black people go in the fall?
They go to homecoming.
They go to football game. They go to the Magic City Classic, the Bayou Classic, Capital City Classic. Let's invest in putting our product there. I think we have to value our product and invest in opportunities like that to build it up to where now Alcorn versus Jackson State is just as prominent as Mississippi State versus Ole Miss, or Auburn versus Alabama, LSU versus Arkansas, or Texas A&M, and things of that nature. But we got to value our product. We got to understand what it is, and then find business partners that value the product as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. With a lot of what you said.
Not saying that it's easy. Sometimes you have to hold the fort down and make people
you gotta stay the course.
Step up to the plate and stand on what the value is. You do have to do that at times. I've had to walk away just within my 4 months of being in this role. Damn, has it been 4 months? 4 months, 3 months, something like that. But anyway, you gotta be willing to walk away. You gotta be willing to walk away if the value really isn't there. You gotta value your time, value the opportunity, value the brand that you're representing, value the product, quite frankly, and just understand that, like, I can't devalue for that, right? And
I think some of the things that we're not doing, and I don't know that you are attempting to be as professional as you possibly can be. But just to keep it a buck, this is me being very critical, right? And Mac, you didn't say it earlier, but Mac usually says real talk, real issues, real solutions. Okay. Nightcap Knowledge. We're gonna put something on your head before you go to bed. A lot of times we don't have, and I'm speaking from experience, our numbers are not real numbers. We don't have some of the things in place to where we can count people properly. Either you're going to put a person there, or you're going to put a system in place to where you can count the numbers. Case in point, you talked about homecoming, right? The alumni tailgate. A picture can give you a forecast, but that barcode scanner provides you with real numbers.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this, and whenever we get the editor for Nightcap Knowledge, I want you to clip this up. When we ask y'all ass to register, when we ask you to sign up for email updates, please do so.
Yeah.
When the Atlanta Dream says, we got a community activation, y'all ain't because Shawty Low gonna be there. Shawty Low ain't gonna be there. Shawty Low's dead.
Shawty, rest in peace, Shawty Low. Shawty Low will not be
R.I.P. Shawty Low. But when 2 Chainz and Mama Chainz, those folks, you have no problem putting your email into that. You sign up for SMS updates.
Yeah.
When your alma mater, whether it be PWI, HBCU, and we're gonna have to bring Shayne back for a conversation about the new HBCU conference that has been formed, because I think that deserves a deep dive.
I'm so jealous of that. Oh my gosh.
That deserves a deep dive. But when your alma mater asks you, or representatives from your alma mater ask you to sign up for SMS updates, don't unsubscribe.
Nah. Just
work through it.
Yeah, just open the message and let it be what it is. You need those. You do need those.
Click the link.
Yeah, just click the link.
Open the message. Click the link.
Yeah, I've told people, like, for instance, take the Celebration Bowl, right? I've told people, like, look, if you're gonna complain about it, you're gonna bitch about it. It is what it is. Just turn it on. If you're not gonna watch the game, turn it on. Leave the house and just let it be on. Just let it be on TV.
That is me. That is me.
If you want to help, just help the ratings, bro. Just turn the game on and walk away. I get it. It is what it is.
I turn it on my phone. I turn it on my iPad, and I turn it on the TV.
Yeah. But I when you talk about like numbers and things of that nature, and then you ask about Tougaloo, like, one of the things I would love to know is, since I was in school, it's been, and I don't know if it's changed. Maybe it has. The gym. I would challenge somebody and oh my gosh. Okay,
yeah,
Chuck,
I left for a second. I left.
But no, I would challenge somebody. Why is it called the Kroger Gym? And are they still giving money? And if they are, how much? Because Tougaloo, from a basketball standpoint, and NAIA has been to the what? They won the cup. What's up, Jack? Look at Chuck being a father. That's beautiful. But no, Tougaloo, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong or not, but Tougaloo has won the conference tournament and played in postseason for consecutive years in a row. So when you have a business partner, they should be stepping up to the plate to invest more. I don't want to blame Kroger, because it could just be that nobody is asking for more. But that's that. Drop the horns. Drop the horns on that one. Like that's a. But no, when we yeah. Like who's and to a greater point here, and this rocks the boat, maybe this stirs the pot. I don't know who's responsible for that relationship with Kroger.
I don't even know if we have a person in place.
Yeah.
Like, do we even have a Shayne in place? Do all HBCUs have a director of partnership and sales? Are you leaving it up to your institutional advancement to be that person or that entity that engages your potential athletic partners? Right.
That's tough.
Because I mean, like, let's keep it a buck. Go ahead, Mac. You been quiet. Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet.
So I think between the two conversations we had the conversation with the brother from Cheney and the conversation with Shayne, that I think we should stop giving away all our treats, right? And we need to get these brothers on a call and we put some stuff together, Chuck, that we can take and create a model. Because one thing about our people, we need to see some wins. And we can see some wins, if we can see one or two schools do it, if we can create a model, we can just stop and especially in different areas, right? They need to see. It's not enough to see a school in Pennsylvania do it. They need to see that a school right here does it or doing it, and you create the model. Now the model is not going to be easy because anytime we go against something that's not the norm, you're going to have pushback, right?
Yeah.
Because it's new, and you're going to step on some toes of folks that have been doing it and they've been used to doing it their way. But when you create a model and they can see the benefit for that model, that's one thing that you ain't got to worry about because everybody's going to take that model and run with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that, because it came to us, that it's something that we need to put together and push. And if nothing happens, hey, it's not because we didn't give it a try. But I think that's something we need to do, is to help them understand how you use business. Because I just had a conversation with somebody about putting together a business for the farm. And I'm just like, oh yeah. He's like, no, you need to get this. I said, for a farm? He's like, yeah, because a farm is a business. You
Yeah.
know, it ain't the old day where you just did the handshake or whatever. He's like, you got to have all these things in place. That's what's going to separate your farm or that farm from another farm. Is having all of those things and adding the business side. The same work got to go in. The same relationship. You still got to hire the same good folks that got connection with the students. That can be that uncle, that can be that auntie that they missing. You still got to have those folks there because that was going to keep your students there, your athletes there. But then you got to have that other side of knowing that I'm going to get the money. I'm going to take your story. Same thing when you do proposals. I'm going to take the work that you're doing. I'm going to put it in a format. I'm going to be able to present it and give it to you in paper to somebody that want to hear it and see it and be a part of it. Now I can take that money and I can make things look even better. And you gotta have that type of partnership going on.
Yeah, and it's listen. The W is going through the same transition right now. You know, my position didn't exist a year ago, but it's here now. It's for a reason. You know, and so understanding, in order to grow, we have to bring people into the organization that can really be revenue focused and drive revenue. Now, that doesn't mean money's going to come in tomorrow. You have to build rapport. You have to build relationships with the decision makers of companies.
Development.
And yeah, you have to develop a relationship, right? I'm last Friday, I probably had, and people who follow me on Instagram, they saw it. There was over 40, gifts for partners and prospects, right? Who are coming to the game just as a thank you. Here's a t-shirt. Here's this. Oh, you got kids. We worked ahead. They got kids coming to the game. Let's go get kids size shirts, things of that nature, right? It's about showing them that we are invested in getting you to invest, right? We have Shayne in place. We have this person, that person, everybody that's on my staff in place just to meet you, just to make this gift bag for you. I have an intern that I hired just to make you gift bags. So when you come to an Atlanta Dream game, you feel appreciated.
Yeah,
we did our due diligence to make Shayne's relationship even better by figuring out who's coming to the game with you. Your wife, your husband, your child, your brother, your sister, your friend. We got something for them too. Oh yeah, come over to the courtside VIP lounge. Let's have a drink. Let's have some food. Let's talk. Right? I'm building rapport because 6 months from now, as you are reallocating your budget for the next year, you're making decisions. I like that guy. I like Shayne.
Right.
I like Shayne's teammate. I like Shayne's coordinator. I got to figure out, how do we do something with them? How do we
What can we do?
What can we do? Oh, wait, man, I really like the energy at the game. My kids really loved it. I really loved it. I want to be a part of that. And then you start that relationship from there, right? And then you kind of move it forward into a money making opportunity for yourself, for the team, I think you have to be willing to take that L up front, knowing like I I'm spending money today and I might not get an opportunity to make the money back until 8 to 10 months from now. Like that's the world that I exist in. That's not everybody. It's not every case. Yes, you walk into some opportunities where somebody's like, I want to do something the next game. That's great.
Right.
That's a dime a dozen, realistically. So even with the
Yeah.
W, I look at what HBCUs are going through right now. I think you can look at the W and go, when you have opportunities to run it up, what we're doing now. You talked about Caitlin Clark. Cannot forget Angel Reese as well.
Yeah.
You know, the league was anybody who's a real fan of the W has been in the past. Like if you're here now, welcome. We love you. We appreciate you. But the league has been trending in the right direction for the past couple of years. I think now you have a situation where either you're at the W because of Caitlin, you're at the W because of Angel. You're here, and it's
Right.
on us to be business savvy enough to capitalize on you being here now. Now,
Further cultivate that relationship.
Cultivate the relationship. But now the relationship isn't just about business. It's about an experience, right? So what's your experience of watching the game? Like right now, over here, I keep looking over here because the Seattle.
You got a game on.
Seattle Storm is beating down on Phoenix right now. They up 19. It's great.
Yeah.
But the entertainment value of the sport has risen. But it's more than just what players are doing on the court. How does the game look on TV? What is your experience watching a WNBA game? What is your experience attending a WNBA game? And those things all build into the overall direction of where the league is going. And so if you take that and go back to the HBCU product, what is your experience when you drive on campus? What is your experience parking? What is your experience buying your
it doesn't take a whole lot.
No, it doesn't. But it does.
Directional signage. I'm just saying,
I appreciate the dry humor and asshole that you are, Chuck, for doing that.
It'll take a whole lot.
But no, to your point, it doesn't take a whole lot. This is not rocket science, but it is being willing. Anybody that wants to work in sports, I tell them it's not rocket science, but it's being willing to do the work, being willing to change, and being willing to execute. This is really what it comes down to.
Make a little investment.
You got to be willing to do the work. You got to make the calls. You got to build the proposals. You got to shake the hands. You got to kiss the babies. Yes, you have to change on a dime sometimes because things happen. Things happen. And then you have to be willing to execute. If you promise something, you got to deliver. Okay? You got to deliver. And I'm trying to be I'm trying to watch my language because my mom might have stayed up and be tuning in. And I don't want to hear her.
It's still 150 some folks still watching this.
Griping at me because again, you follow me on Instagram. I had a nice little situation Sunday afternoon after the game, and my mom called me. I can't even tell you what I agreed to. I was feeling good. My mom was just talking, and I was just like, yes, ma'am. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Uh-huh. I don't know what I agreed to. Shout out to my mama. I love her.
Uh-oh.
But no, listen, WNBA, we're going through a surge right now. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. And obviously I definitely got in at the right time for sure.
Yeah.
But when you compare where HBCUs are trying to go, that's the game I'm watching right now.
Hey, I figured that's what you was watching.
I told you they were up 19. If you talk about where the WNBA is and where HBCUs are trying to go, I think they can really look at what the WNBA has done to empower, ourselves to be able to.
It's definitely a case study opportunity. It's a case study opportunity, and I think it could be like you talked about those partners, that have interest in some of the places that the WNBA exists, and they also have interest in the places that HBCUs exist in, and finding those cross sections.
Yeah.
But I think and now look, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. We're gonna have to bring you back, bro.
No, for sure. And I'll say this and I don't know when we're rapping, but I'll say this just because I love to give people examples in real life. When I talk about being willing to do the work, when I got my role, like day one, okay, HR, do your thing. Show me this, show me that. Here's where you park. Here's the gym that comes with your role. Here's your gym membership.
Right.
Here's your badge. Here's your key. Here's this, here's that. Okay, cool. You go through that day one. Day two, and I'll throw my first name out there because my granddad just passed away. Rest in peace to Pops. Day two, Andrew Shayne Odum.
Yeah.
Me, this guy. Day two, I'm calling Anheuser-Busch. I'm calling Miller Cool Mosen. I'm sorry. Let me be right here for those of us that work in the industry. I'm calling AB InBev. I'm calling Molson Coors. Hey.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Shayne Odum. I'm the new director of partnerships and sales for the Atlanta Dream. Who have you talked to? Can I talk to you? How can I get in front of you? Have you been to a game? Can I invite you to a game? From day two until now, I don't care who you did talk to, why you said no. I'm trying to get in front of you to get you to say yes at some point.
Right here, right now. Yeah.
Right. So when we talk about being willing to do the work, make the calls, build the proposals, have the conversations, ask, do you want to go to lunch? Ask, do you want to come to the game? Then when you get the lunch, be ready. You only get what Eminem say. You get one shot. Do not miss your chance to what? Come on now. Yeah. I tell people all the time in my industry, you close 15 to 20% of the business that you pitch, right? Yeah. You're gonna get a lot of no's so you have to be willing to, like I said earlier, you gotta be able to be willing to do the work and execute and change on a dime, right? All of a sudden, maybe you get the opportunity you've been looking for. Man, let's say hypothetically, you're trying to land a beverage deal. Man, you've been talking with Coca-Cola. You've been talking with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola wants to do this. They want to do that. Then all of a sudden, you get Pepsi. Pepsi calls and says, "Hey,
man,
we want you.
How you
for
doing?
This amount." You have to go. Hey,
look at this.
You value me. I don't have to oversell.
Right. Flip
it. It's amazing to be able to be in the space that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
To be able to have these conversations and be able to not only drive revenue, but then also when you talk about what you did when I got the Tougaloo, be able to incorporate community elements into these partnerships, into these sponsorship deals. Then you start to see the connectivity with the community. And if you're a major brand, if you're a company, I've had people say, "Hey, we're not here to buy signs and seats." You go, "Ooh,
okay."
That's 60% of the.
That's talking spicy then.
Hey, that's 60% of the shit. We got to get creative.
That's talking spicy. Like, what's up?
Hey, listen. I'm happy to be talking with you. Love the W. I'm not here to talk about signs and seats. Yeah. I don't want tickets. I don't need signage. I don't need game ball presentation. I don't need tonight's game is brought to you by. I don't need none of that. I need community engagement. I need community impact. I need community programming. Say that again, sir. Wait, you don't need any of the traditional sports marketing assets. Just throw them over.
I don't want no directional signing.
I don't need
my
that.
Logo
I don't
on
need
it.
directional signings. I need you to take me into the school system. You need me to do that?
Look, we can activate a team to make that happen.
Yeah. And so when you talk about like opportunities in sports, like those are opportunities. They're companies who don't know how to do that, or they have ideas. They don't have the bandwidth to activate on site. I keep saying that.
Experiential marketing is what you're speaking towards.
Hey.
You froze, bro.
I froze? Can you hear me?
You froze. We can hear you, but you
Okay.
froze.
I'm sorry. All right.
Like
Well, just listen to my voice. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I did freeze. But anyway, I'll keep talking. But those are things that I experience on a day-to-day basis. I want people to understand I'm here to be a resource. I got these opportunities because I feel like God has put me in a position to be able to share this information and to also open doors and bring people along who really have potential to be better than I am. Like I can't wait to hire somebody who's better than me and goes further than me. That would be one of the biggest bragging points. I want to shout out the 2 young ladies that I met at the sports symposium happy hour last Thursday who chased me down. Okay. They're seniors at Tennessee State right now.
Shout out to Nashville.
Maya, I think it's Maya and Sanaya, maybe. Let me get their names right. I think it's Maya and Sanaya. But they're AKAs at Tennessee State.
Okay.
They overheard talking to somebody else. And I gotta be transparent here. I'm trying to get out of this place because I'm getting bombarded with like, let me connect with you, let me do this, let me do that. And they tracked me down before I walked out of the building and just said, hey, listen, we've been trying to get in front of you. Everybody else was in the way, but we are in our last year at school.
The Alpha Psi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
We would love to figure out how to just work in sports, but more specifically, how do we work for the WNBA? And so,
we still here?
Oh, we still here? Okay, cool. Yeah. My bad. No, my computer. Oh, I see y'all now. Do y'all see me?
No, you still froze like a mug though.
Oh, I still froze. Like, okay, well listen. Anyway,
you froze like an alpha at probate.
That's crazy. I got their names right. I'm gonna even call them out because they did what I told them to do. They followed up with me on LinkedIn. But Sanaya Marlborough and Maya Grady. Shouts out to those 2 young ladies.
Okay.
We were able to we got them tickets to the game on this past Sunday. And I told them, I said, listen, if y'all reach out to me on LinkedIn, as soon as we leave from here, I'll follow up with you. You come to an Atlanta Dreams game, I will connect you with everybody in our organization. And I told them, listen, I'm probably not who's going to hire you.
Right.
I was just going to tell you right now. I don't think any of y'all are trying to get into sales. However, I work in an organization that's 90% women. And of those women, they're also probably 95% African American.
So who you want to talk to?
Let me, if you come to the game, let me just introduce you to everybody, whether they work in operations, ticket sales, apparel, finance, our team president, one of our SVPs, community impact, like our activations team, our activations manager, several coordinators, the intern that I hired. They're all women. I'm pretty sure one of them can either guide you along that process of what it's like to get into the industry as a woman coming from an HBCU. And so I really feel like I'm in this position to be able to create opportunities like that. I might not be able to get you the job, but I can put you in front of somebody that gets you the job. You know what I mean?
You're definitely being a bridge builder.
Yeah, but shouts out to those young ladies, man. Super cool. Yeah. They got great energy. One of them is already getting, I sent her a job today. She was like, ooh, you weren't playing. Yeah, listen.
That's what's up, man.
Bro, I stumbled into that happy hour and I was just like, ooh, I'm not the guy looking to network anymore. I'm the guy that people want to network with. This is different.
Yeah.
Like I low-key started to pull my name badge off. I was like, let me take this off.
That's what's up, man.
I had like over 20 LinkedIn requests. I'm like, yo, what's going on? But no, it's all love, man. I get it. I was one of those guys one day. I was one of those kids one day. So it's all love.
That's cool, man. Well, look, so we're rounding up on the 2-hour mark, and Shayne, I don't know if we've gone 2 hours with any guest in the past.
Hey, man, I'm legendary. I'm legendary for a reason, man.
Yeah, man, and it's been a great conversation. So So we're going to get you the promise that you're going to come back on, and we're going to have a more singular topic, because I know that we jumped around to a lot of different spaces in conversation tonight. So one, we're going to get you to come back on. Two, we got some things to follow up on, and I know that Mac is the master of follow up. He is the master of follow up, so I know that he'll give you a call on those things, and we're gonna connect with the brother out of Pennsylvania. And look,
Mac and his phone calls.
Yeah, Mac is great at phone calls. So you've given your closing word, Mac. You I know that me and Shayne been talking like we usually. It typically is an hour on the phone when me and Shayne get on the phone. Yeah. So Mac, you want to jump in and give some closing words, and then we're gonna take it on to where the money resides.
Well, hey, do that. Let me say this, Mac, before you do your thing. Let me shout out my people in Atlanta that tuned in, my people in Vegas that tuned in, my people in the Mid-South, that's Mississippi, that's Tennessee, that's Arkansas that tuned in, my family. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I will see y'all soon. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please tune in to the Nightcap Knowledge. They drop great stuff all the time. And Mac, you do your thing.
Big shouts out to appreciation to the real Macca Jackson. Man, so I wanted everybody to know, switching hats, Mississippi Move, we are kicking off our Freedom Summer. We are going to be working in multiple communities around voter education, voter registration, understanding that the path that we're on now, the reason that we have so many people in place politically and business-wise is because so many folks that started this process 60 years ago, which is making sure that equity and equality were both met for Black folks. And that started with making sure that you were registered to vote through sit-ins and demonstrations, and also controlling the Black dollar. So we're going to touch all of those things this summer with Mississippi Move. We have a hard press starting from June 1st all the way to August 1st. So there are going to be a lot of things going on. So we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people that want to host voter registration drives, community events in their community. So you can reach out to Mississippi Move at 662-205-6683, msmove.org. We're hitting the ground running. We have already started with some events. So continue to check us out. Continue to follow us as we continue to move Mississippi forward, all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. I appreciate that, man.
All gas, no brake, man.
Hey, man,
no brake.
Hey, man, y'all keep praying for Atlanta, man. A lot of the city don't have adequate water pressure. Still from the weekend, we still battling that right now. So y'all pray for the city.
Well, you know that Jackson knows that well.
Yeah, you don't have adequate water pressure. That also means you don't have functioning AC. So, hey,
it's hot.
It's hot. Hot Atlanta might be coming back for sure. I keep praying for Atlanta, man. And I'm not saying it in a joking way, but it's people out there that really don't have, running water and AC right now in the city. So
for real. So yeah, we definitely keep Atlanta in our prayers and our thoughts. We know that there are organizations on the ground that definitely gonna do what they can do. Matter of fact, we might, send a couple messages to see how we might be able to help. So definitely check out msmove.org. What you got, Shayne?
Shouts out to you guys for the product placement too. I just want y'all to know. I don't know if people know what's going on, but I see the Jack. I see the black with no chaser. I see the yard boy. I just want y'all to. I see what y'all doing with the setup, man. I appreciate it. Shouts out to what you call them, prime time. I saw the logos on the prime. Throw the kids up again because I love that. The logos in the bottom right corner. I don't know if anybody saw mug shots. I got it made. Design. Yeah, that I can't say that. That's a pause. But global ready mix, all of that, man. Love it. I can't say that, but
hey, design, precast, and pipe, bro.
There you go.
Global ready mix, mug shots. I got it made. Prime baseball. Definitely follow us on Instagram. All of it. I don't know why Shayne can't say that, but we also got a promo. the event that's coming up, Black Men Matter, Black Men's Health Equity Conference. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mac may be a speaker there again this year. Registration is available all the way up until the 15th of June. You can register at that short URL that we have listed on the screen. It's going to be at the Hilton Jackson right there on County Line Road. If you need more info, you can email men's conference at advancingminorityhealth.org. This event was absolutely phenomenal last year. We had a great time, and we definitely invite y'all to come hang out and also learn something. And I'm pretty sure Mac's probably going to do like a brotherhood brunch or something like that coming up behind it. As Mac mentioned, we do have a lot of other activities that will be taking place this summer. The Fight for Freedom, we will be commemorating the 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer. So stay tuned to msmove.org for more information. And it is hurricane season. It is always tornado season. So make sure that you stay prepared. We've got weather readiness things that are listed on the Mississippi Move website. And look, we are so appreciative of everybody that has tuned in tonight. We thank y'all for every comment. We thank you for every like. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave another comment on any of the other videos that you can find. I promise you, if you search MS Move, or if you search Nightcap Knowledge, if you search Black with No Chaser, there are videos out there. Like one, comment on one, subscribe to one. We appreciate it, man. So with that being said, we're going to get to where the money reside. We'll see y'all next. Wait. Always Tuesday night. Thank you, Shayne Odum, for chiming in from Beast to Business. We talked about a lot. We're going to bring him back. We'll see y'all next time, baby. Nightcap Knowledge, we put something on your head before you go to bed. Make sure you put them kids to bed before you get on the show. Let's go.